question is, are you ready?
Good morning, Crema de Nona. How's everybody doing out there today? So we're coming a couple minutes late today because Alex decided to bring Willie. So that was the first part of it. Willie decided to tell my landscaper it's time to cut my grass. So thing is, be careful when you see that guy all the way over there. So anyway, good morning, everybody. Great to see you guys. You got my buddy Julio right here.
It's crowded in here. It's hot.
Well,
that's why I'm drinking water.
Yeah, can someone,
that's me. You know, I tend to get that reaction every so often.
can we clean this up?
Yeah, we definitely need a lot of help cleaning up some stuff around here. Well, looks like we've all got our blue on, so we wear our blue on Tuesdays in honor of all the people in the medical profession that have been helping everybody and moving things through. So, jeez, Julio.
I just had to.
See, we bring Willie, and now Julio messes up the technical
Hey,
stuff.
don't blame it
over
all
here.
on me.
It's like-
It's a book and effect. You know.
So anyway, but yeah, we're honoring everybody in the medical profession throughout these past few months, keeping everything moving, keeping everything where it's supposed to be, and keeping people healthy, basically. So moving forward, let's introduce our guest here. So we do have Willie Santiago, which maybe he'll sing a song for us a little bit later.
Maybe.
And we have Alex Fortis, who is the owner of
Exclusive Cleaning Services.
Did that have anything to do with your haircut?
Yes, it did.
And in case you're wondering, we did have to break it up because we didn't want too much glare. So we had to go skin, almost skin,
Right.
skin. He's got some work to do. So anyway, let's get right into it. So you've come a long way. You've been in business for how long now?
We started in March of 2018 was when we got everything going, got it set up, and so we've been going at it for about 2 years, 2.5 years now.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's absolutely awesome.
you.
And I've known you for a good portion of that time.
Right.
Kind of watched you grow a little bit.
Mhm.
Started out where you had, like with the offices, you go in and clean up the offices. You've expanded on that as well. And we're going to talk a little bit about everything he does.
Mhm.
So that way you guys get a full understanding that it's not just a little spritz here and a little spritz there. There's a lot more to it and a lot more that goes into it.
And you have Willie with you as well, and Willie comes with experience, you know, with you guys as well. So
Right.
great addition
Right.
to your organization here.
Right.
I
I,
don't know.
think
You don't know? Not sure.
He's still thinking about it.
Yeah.
How long has it been already?
This is January.
Yeah, about January, since January.
OMG.
6 months.
So yeah, we're still trying to. It's a debate that we're having still.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we think Willie's a great addition to us. So.
And there, I thought my guys left, but they are doing a very thorough job. If you do need a landscaper that will actually do the whole job, let me know. I got a guy. We always got a guy, don't we?
We always got a guy.
And that's
what we do at Crema de Nona.
that's part of the thing here. So we want to make sure that through us having our guys, you have a guy as well. So that way, whatever you guys need, get in touch with us. And while they're finishing up just outside where we're at, go ahead, if you're out there, put your name, the business that you have, and what it is you do, how we can get a hold of you. So that way, people looking at this at a different time can go through, or we actually refer people back into this. Oh, we had them on such and such day. Go look into the archive and you'll see it. You'll also see on the YouTube channel as well. So anyway, with that, talk to us about a bunch of the services that you do have.
Well, we offer cleaning services and janitorial services for commercial buildings, offices, and what we like to do is, if your office is in need of a cleaning service, professional cleaning service, what we do is we offer pretty much a walkthrough. So what we're doing is we're walking through the office, we're asking questions to make sure that, you know, what they need and see how we can help to provide a healthy and safe work environment, because everyone's concentrating on health and safety now with the offices going on. So we make recommendations as needed. Some people think, well, I need my office cleaned 5 days a week. Well, how many employees do you have? You know, if you have 2 or 3 employees, do you really need to clean your office
Right.
5 times a week? So
I'm sure you offer them a solution in the meantime.
Right.
This is what you can do, and you're actually saving them money in the long run.
Right.
And I guess that also depends on. I know you're a lot like me. You like to go in and see what you're dealing with, as opposed to. And I can't tell you how many times I see it where companies just shotgun proposal, never go on site, have no idea what kind of business that company's in. So they may only have a few people, but depending on the business, they might need to clean maybe twice a day.
Right.
So it might need to be a morning and an evening thing, but whatever you're doing, you gotta do the right thing. You gotta look, you gotta know what you're getting involved in. Otherwise, what happens, you got a company that's doing the right thing and trying to make things fair for everybody. You got someone else that comes in half the price,
Right.
yet
They do have the job.
Right.
they get the job. Yeah, they're doing half the job, and on top of it, are they gonna be there in the next 3 months after they realize they can't afford to do the job anymore because they never went to look at it in the beginning?
Right. And that's what sets us apart from competition. So what we like to do when we do the walkthrough, all terms are agreed upon. We get a signed agreement. What we do is we actually bring the staff that's going to be in that building, and that's going to be the dedicated staff for that building. So the team, you know, you meet the 2 girls or the 3 people or whoever's going, and those people are assigned to that account. So they're responsible for maintaining it, you know, and we don't switch. So that kind of sets us apart from everyone else. Because what happens when you start sending different people to the same account, things don't get done the same
Not
way.
the same way.
They don't know the nuances of the individual area.
Right, right. And then you know, we're a small business, so we're all about building relationships. We might not be the right fit for that particular place, but I can maybe help them recommend a company or something that would come in and do it for them. You know what I mean?
Or you just send Willie and say,
Or send
Willie,
yeah.
want to do everything. He's like Mikey. He's like Mikey.
Right.
No problem.
yeah, and I gotta say that's probably, I think, one of the most important things is you got to make sure it's the right fit. Otherwise, you're shooting yourself in the foot, and you're going to be working 3 times as hard
Absolutely.
to take care of a situation that's never going to be taken care of. Just it's not what works.
Right.
So Alex, you mentioned something about competition sets you apart, but you mentioned something pretty essential, like if we can't do it, you know, you've got some other business relationships with other people that you can actually refer them to.
Absolutely.
You know, how does it go both ways? Because I mean, that's a good thing to have in business. So you know, you can be competitive against someone, but also you can have them as an ally.
Right, absolutely. And I'm a big believer in that. Even though we do have competition, you always want to be able to provide some sort of solution for your customer at the end, you know. So we may not be a right fit right now, but maybe a year or 2 as the company is growing, maybe we might be the proper fit for them. So meantime, you know, if I can recommend another company, hey, they might be able to do it for you.
I think they're gonna appreciate it. They're gonna come back to you and say, you know, I really did appreciate you hooked me up with the other company. Are you still not doing this or that? And they still may come back to you because it shows that you weren't looking out just for yourself. You were actually looking out for the customer.
Absolutely.
And here's another one you might get a strong referral from it, because when you tell somebody that it may not work and you're honest with them up front, there's always that chance, hey, by the way, do you know somebody else that can do this? Or if they're out searching around, hey, call this guy. And it just shows your integrity right from the beginning. So, and I think honestly that goes a lot further in business than anything else. I spent 25 years in the automotive industry, and I still came out intact with my name, and pretty much anywhere I go, I care more about what's going to happen through the situation with the client, through any connections that I have. And even when I was 18, 19 years old, just starting to sell cars, I understood the importance of you take care of this person today, they will take care of you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And the longer you go at this, I've got clients I've dealt with from, God, many years ago, just from the fact of they knew what they were getting out of you. Forget about anything else you're doing.
Right.
But speaking of other stuff you're doing, you got other stuff. So you don't just do the specific offices and such.
Right. So we want to be the one-stop shop for anything that has to do with janitorial, whether it's
And
carpet
mostly
care,
commercial, right? You're not doing
mostly commercial. Willie Santiago, he mainly concentrates on the residential side.
Right.
But right now, the reason why we brought Willie along is to try to be the one-stop shop, right? So bringing Willie along adds a bunch of other services.
Willie basically did residential back in the day, and it's yesterday,
exactly.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But right now we've added pressure washing, we've added carpet cleaning. We've just picked up some new equipment to make our carpet cleaning more efficient, and especially with everything that's going on, you really want to have your carpets and your floor sanitized as well. We do upholstery as well.
Do you use biodegradable equipment?
We use we use chemicals that are, again, just like you mentioned, biodegradable. They are all on the EPA list of
safe for the pets.
Exactly.
Right.
Kid friendly, child friendly. When we go in, especially we do the action churches. Everything is sanitized, and we just did some upholstery for them this week. And again, we use the sanitizing agent.
So it's not just the floors and that you're doing.
Exactly.
Right.
We
Some
do
of
chairs,
the chairs and all that kind of stuff. Well, I guess so. People sit in them all the time.
Well, with upholstery, especially, people eat in them at offices, and that's one of the major areas where you will find germs.
Okay, well, forget about the office. I got kids. One of them is a teenager, and I think there's an iPhone in one hand and a bag of chips in the other at all times with headphones on. So, hey, listen, I think I might need you to take care of my upholstery.
It reminds me of the commercial. I watched novelas. You got a kid, wiping his nose, and then his mom sees busts him cleaning everywhere else. And they go, oh my God.
Well, you can give us a call.
Yeah, but we've been talking. We talked to Sanjay. Hopefully, he's on there watching us today. We talked about adaptability. So it looks like you adapted.
Right.
When you added all these things to what you've been doing for your business.
We've been, I'll be honest with you, we've been blessed with, everything that's going on. And we've had some of our, clients drop off service, but we've been able to sustain, everything that's, we haven't had to lay off anyone.
That's awesome.
So that for us was a big plus, because the girls that work for us, that's what they were worried about. Well, am I going to lose my job now? How long am I going to be unemployed? And we thank God that we were blessed to be able to provide that income still for them.
I'm glad you say about blessings, bro. So God bless you and your business. And
Thank
Jessica, where are you? And Gigi, where's Gigi?
Jessica's been a really big help. I mean, sometimes I don't think about. Okay, I just want to get to this next level, but Jessica actually pulled me. Okay, we need to think about this. Is this the right expense at the right time? So she's been calming me down a little bit, and we've been staying focused, and we love the way business is going, and it's slowly but surely, and that's what we really want.
So she sanitizes your mind as you sanitize the rest of the world.
And I will tell you, I think Rob brought it up one time. It's good to have a support system behind you. We're all happily married men here, and we do have that support system. So
36 years,
beautiful
Gigi.
lives.
Love
look at that! Oh, that's so cute.
36. Wow, 36. I'm going on 20. I don't.
Gigi, how did you do it?
I don't know if mine's going to keep me around for another 16 years.
Yeah.
We're going for 50.
right.
At 50, we'll reevaluate our relationship.
There you go. I have to adapt then.
Right.
Yeah, where's that renewable contract?
Right.
But you have to know how to stay with the curve.
Right. Absolutely. And one of the other services that we started, which I think we mentioned before, was the valet trash service. That helps us.
That's new, right?
That's new to us. Yes. Yes. That helps us, keeping properties looking pristine. And added service to that, and this is where Willie comes in too, is pressure washing. So we're able to provide the valet trash service where the tenants don't have to worry about taking out trash. We come around and take it to the on-site dumpsters. And Willie comes around and he pressure washes all the sidewalks, the common areas to make the
That's
community.
Rob.
Right.
Yeah, I've actually had
You
these
pressure
guys-
wash him? No wonder he's so light skinned.
Yeah, I was
I use a
really
lot of
tan
chlorine.
before Willie got a hold of me.
I applied too much chlorine. Sorry.
But if you guys do end up around the neighborhood where we're at, or if you're coming as a guest on Crema, you'll end up seeing it. But they went through and cleaned up all of the sidewalks, common areas, playgrounds, everything else we have throughout our entire community. So it was at a point where some of the stuff was getting a little funky and needed a little attention. And I don't know about you, but if you're going to send a kid down a slide, it better be yellow and not black. That is, if it's actually yellow. So it's amazing how much of a difference these guys make when they do go through. Not to mention just like around our pool area where there's a lot of walkways, we got a park and all kinds of other stuff over there. Your landscape companies are going by treating the grass and everything. You get the grass that goes and stains into it, and you get some of the fertilizer that goes and stains into it. You don't realize how much of a difference it is. It looks okay when you look at it every day, but when they go through and put something on it,
Right.
oh my God, it's a huge difference.
Does it rain
Is that
here?
what it's supposed to look
And
like?
does it rain?
Right.
It rains every so often. We try and put the umbrella over the whole community when we don't need it, but
Right. Like a dome, right?
yeah, our biodome.
On a serious note, prayer go out to all the families that had to deal with those storms. Not too far away from here in Fern Creek, just a little bit down the other side of downtown.
Near College Park.
College
Yeah.
Park.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so,
Got hit with it. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I even walked into my. We got the family. Once the wind started picking up, we just went into the hallway, and we're in Winter Springs. We were there for a couple minutes, and then all of a sudden it was over.
wow.
So it's like, okay.
Right.
I live literally 3 or 4 miles east of the Fern Park Conway area.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm in Ventura Country Club, we didn't see a thing, not even windy. And
Wow.
here, roofs being blown off their homes,
Wow.
and all that,
Right.
Actually, one I was talking to, you'll see him next week, and I'm not telling you who until next week.
You teacher.
But when I talked to him, and I needed him again to take care of some things. But again, we'll get into that later. He had a tornado that actually hit just on the lake, just outside of his house. Was okay.
The water spouts.
Outside was a bit of a mess. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll see that then. So going back to your valet service. So this is something not necessarily in the regular commercial setting you'd think, but this is like with property companies and condo associations and stuff like that. So if you guys do either, whether you live in a condo or you know somebody that has one, might be something to mention, because how nice would it be if you just put your garbage right outside and someone comes by and grabs it?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about walking down or, doing whatever, because it's hot now in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
So I'd say for the next 4 months, you don't want to walk that garbage
Right,
out.
right.
So make use of...
Exactly.
And I get 10% of anybody that mentions Crema de Nona
That's
with valet trash service.
I want my 5% as well, guys. Refer them in.
Right.
But have you seen an increase in business for your valet, or something that you're gonna push for more? Because believe it or not, people are still afraid to come out or whatever,
Right.
and then here's my garbage, take it away,
Mhm.
and I'm done.
Mhm. Right now, we're still, it's like the starting stage, So right now we're still crawling, but hopefully this year, and Willie has a big part in that side of the business. We'll start seeing more, properties coming on. We have a meeting today at 1:30 with a property management company that we're going to try to see what we do as far as being able to service them.
Awesome.
Yeah. So if you know any property management companies,
Right.
send them our way.
Mention
And,
Crema de Nona, thank
Right.
you.
Thank you.
So the ultimate goal is to be, that one-stop shop, for anything janitorial.
That's awesome.
So,
There is a property management group that you may want to consider looking into, and I can get you that information. Hi, Alex. I know you're I think the president of that organization, Alex, with Allegiant Management Services. So let's talk a little bit later on. Maybe I can hook you up with them because they're in charge of rentals, but they can be influential in regards to the apartment complexes, which is what you're looking for.
Right. Yeah, that would be
Speaking
awesome.
of rentals, we also deal with a lot of companies that rent properties, and then we'll go in and we'll do like a move out clean in between renters, and we'll do everything. And then realtors, if they're trying to sell a house.
Right.
I think Julio knows a couple of them.
Yeah, I hope so.
A few.
So we deal with a ton of realtors that keep us real busy, especially with the pressure washing. If you want to get the photographer comes in, the driveway looks awful, or if you're going to have now with open houses starting up again,
right?
You want the inside to look good, to smell good.
Right.
Our carpet cleaning, it's a dry system. So if you find yourself in a pinch, you can call us up. We'll be there in the morning, get the carpet nice and clean, and you're ready for your open house at 1 o'clock because it's dry.
So can you hook up with companies like Airbnb and all that? I mean, they're starting to make wave now because vacation rentals, especially here in Florida with the hospitality industry king, right, of the nation just about.
Right.
I know there was a little bit of a slowdown, but something you can look into, is that?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, me and Jessica, we spoke about maybe going into, vacation rentals.
Yeah. Don't give away all your secrets just in case.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're still, kind of weighing out the options right now.
You don't want to be overwhelmed with too much, but at least it keeps you grounded. But at least you're staying busy.
Right.
Thank God for that.
Right, and we want to keep, the people that we have on board with us. We want to keep them busy. We want to be able to provide for them. That's our main concern. I've gone weeks, months without getting any type of pay to make sure that everyone was getting paid on time. So that for me is a big thing.
Yeah, and that's huge for a company. Jessica has joined us, so I see her in there. She did mention, and something you don't always think of, but especially while we've got like this Heineken thing going on, it's the elderly. You've got some of the old folks' homes, but I guess you guys are starting to do some stuff with that as well now.
As far as elderly, like I said, the residential side, we're still, iffy here and there. We're not sure if we want to do that. But, it's something that we're going to probably visit in the future. But as far as anything with commercial, that's what we're taking care of.
So Jessica mentioned coaching up. What does coaching up mean?
Coaching up. I'm not sure what she meant by that.
Jessica, what do you mean, girl? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis?
I think she needs to coach you on your live performance.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
So I hear he was the shy guy.
Here a little bit.
Yeah, well, the shy guy when we met almost 2 years ago. We've known each other,
Right. So remember the first time I presented there, I was like, oh man, I'm shaking.
I'm not gonna present. No, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's another thing that Crema has done. There have been a few of you. Yesha was another one that's like that. I saw she's joined us as well. Where no, I don't do presentations. No, I don't talk to anybody. He was the same way. No, that's all right. I'm good.
Right.
But you gotta go up there. You gotta tell people what you do, because sometimes just through regular conversation, it doesn't get across. I mean, some of these services you offer, when you think of it, just seeing the company and that, it's in your head. Oh, they just clean stuff. Oh, I'm okay. Right. I don't need a maid. Right. But that's not what it is.
Well, now with everything that's going on, people are taking janitors more seriously. And we've noticed that. I mean, this past weekend we were stomped because we had to provide day porter services to 3 different locations. So we had to have 7 people at these locations, and me and Jessica were like, okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to get this done? We got it done, thank God. And it's a reoccurring thing now, because what they're doing is, the people that are coming into the building, they want to assure them that they're taking extra steps to make sure that things are getting sanitized, other touch points are getting sanitized and cleaned.
Yeah.
So we did that, and that's an added service that we do because we want to be there for our customers, right? So we have that going on. We don't know how long we're going to, with this thing going on. It could be a month or 2, but that's what we're providing now, just as an added service. And people, I'll be honest with you, if I walk into CVS and I see somebody standing there with a bottle of sanitizer and a wipe, and they're wiping things, I'm going to feel more comfortable walking into that building.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we were doing this weekend. just making sure that all the visitors that would come in would see us, and cleaning stuff and making sure that, everybody was safe. The restrooms were cleaned up and things like that.
Yeah. So Jessica did clarify everything on that it is coaching up and coming businesses. So if you do have a business, kind of like what we've talked about a lot as far as certain situations.
Where was she when you mentioned that before? Where was she?
She was right there.
I'm listening.
We got her. She's got her boy.
Well, she's concentrating on Mary Kay again. She's a Mary Kay queen, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's what we're driving today.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah. Jessica's
We're
here.
driving up with makeup.
Right.
So not only are they going to come up and sanitize your area, but they will be pretty when they get there.
Exactly.
They do an extensive cleaning job.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why we took on Willie. He likes to play dress up. So
I do.
Well, where's your dress? Where's your glasses, Willie?
I know, right?
Hey, where's your glasses?
Here
Come
we
on,
go.
show
Here we
everybody
go.
what Willie really looks like.
Yeah.
There he is.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to do Central Florida's dirty work right here.
Yeah.
So what else do you got? Did we miss anything on it? Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Or other good lead sources for you other than the apartment complexes and maybe commercial property, but anybody indirectly that, like Rob said, maybe we didn't mention or?
No, I think you guys, I'll be honest with you, you guys are doing an excellent job. Just seeing you guys grow and, you guys been a great help to me personally. Just being able, because when we started out, I told Jessica, I don't know about networking. I don't know how to network. We had a franchise.
We talked a couple of times. Yeah.
Right. We had a franchise, but all this stuff that I'm doing, that was already done for us. That was part of the package. So, when you guys first asked me to, I was like, man, I'm not sure if I can do this, but you gave me the confidence, and to be a little bit more comfortable. And we're learning as we go,
Yeah.
And so I want to thank you guys personally for that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
And
you for your friendship and business relationship and all that.
yeah, and like you've heard us say a number of times, it's really not us. I mean, we're a couple of clowns that try and break some of the tension in that here and there, but when it comes down to it, we really do focus on getting good people with a good business to get together, because ultimately that's what you want to have in your back pocket. There should be no thought about it. It's I need something, and if we tell you to call somebody, we've already done business or know somebody close to us that has done business with these companies, and that's what we try and promote. We get a ton of great people, and even further, Dorothy does say with the East Chamber does say that you're pretty cool with them sunglasses there. So
All right, might as well keep them on.
Oh, look, yes. Talking about doing first presentations. Hey, Yesha, always here with us.
Yesha, we love Yesha.
We had her do her first presentation ever, and I've known Yesha for years, networking. And she had never done a 10-minute presentation, and we had her do her first one.
And wait till you see what we're gonna do to her coming up. So, so
stay tuned, baby.
But I will say, just that little bit after she did our presentation, she did do a presentation at UCF with the East Orlando Chamber, where she was broadcast out to God knows how many people that were out there watching. So I guess we can say we turned Yesha into a movie star.
Oh, I know. We want royalties on that. We want 20% from
yeah, 20% on that.
Yeah, she owns a big company, platinum services.
Exactly.
We'll do 20%. Yesha, that's cheap.
So anyway, I think that's about all we got. Wrap everything up, but. Guys, when you are out there thinking and you're seeing somebody's business, especially as things start going back to somewhat of normal from the Heineken thing that's been going on, just make sure that you keep these guys in mind, and getting your office back together. You might kind of clean the areas you think you're going to clean, but might be worth it. Call these guys, let them go in there, have them knock it out in just a little bit of time, and next thing you know, you're back to work and you don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. And if you do have HOAs and things like that, you're going to have to every so often pressure wash, whether it's the house or the sidewalk, the driveway, whatever.
Or the whole community.
or the whole community. Yeah, put it in right to your HOA representatives and see if they can put that through. But yeah, definitely keep these guys in mind as things are starting to go back, and make sure everybody is safe and healthy and everything else on the way out.
Yes.
What else we got, Julio?
I don't know. We're having a good day. Happy Taco Tuesday. Delilah Ramos, Miss Tacos over there. We're gonna have to bring her on. We're gonna have to bring her on. Delilah Ramos.
Yeah.
She just loves tacos, my Chicago girl right there. But having a great week. Stay tuned for Friday.
Maybe we can do Italian beef tacos.
What? Delilah Ramos.
I can make it work.
Let me know.
We should do a cooking session one day. This man can cook.
Right.
I can eat.
Cooking with crema. What do you guys think on that? Should we? Should we get something? We can bring caps.
Don't give it away.
Can you do some mofongo for us?
Oh my
God! You know what?
Man.
Really? I've never done mofongo. Maybe I could. Work on
Mofongo
something
con
with
carne.
that.
I got something we can make. I make jibarito sandwiches,
Ah.
which is a plantain sandwich.
Right.
Now,
So I'm gonna make that
talking about mofongo, I don't know if I've ever talked about it here, but next time you think about having mofongo, maybe you put like a chicken parmesan with that. It sounds weird, and you are definitely crossing all kinds of stuff, but I tell you what, that is...
Well, we're minorities, Puerto Rican, Italians.
Absolutely amazing.
We mix whatever.
Yeah.
It goes all down to the same place, right?
But what we got coming up on Friday?
Friday, we have a show. We are going to be here at noon, and we have changed everything up. So we have moved from 3 o'clock down to noon, just so that way as things are opening up, we can get our show out. We still want to bring a business of some sort to you and get you some kind of information that can help you get back out into the world and keep things moving along. So we're definitely going to have something for you.
Uh-oh, Connie loves mofongo.
I guess you're going to have to kind of tune in and see what we got on Friday.
Also, Julio Vilas with Gold Star Title and Escrow. Thank you so much for reminding you about our hero program. But we're also going to have a special guest this coming Friday with Willie oh my God, Mr. Benitez, William Benitez with eXp Realty. So stay tuned for that. More to come for that information. So looking forward to working with William Benitez with eXp and his beautiful wife Idaris Morales.
Yeah, so we got a lot of interesting stuff coming up. Stay tuned. Stay with us. You can go to our website, and if you have missed any of these broadcasts, we are going to have everything up on there. We've got a number of them on there. So if there is a business that you have a question about or someone you don't quite necessarily know about, you can network right through our page. And if you need help getting in touch with them, contact myself and Julio, and we'll get you directly right in front of whoever you need to.
And we'd ask you to go to our YouTube and subscribe to our channel as well. That's coming along real well.
Yeah, so definitely go there. You're going to see a thing. It's going to be right over there. So when you do see our coffee cup, go ahead, click on that if you haven't already. And that way you'll know whenever we put something new up to YouTube.
Cool.
I don't know, but it was cool catching up with these cool cats.
I haven't seen you guys in forever.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while, and we tried getting you on earlier. We finally just like we had to make him present, we had to drag him out to get him on so you guys know what it is that he does. So anyway, with that, you guys have a fabulous rest of your Tuesday. Work on some tacos, put some pictures up on Facebook. I want to see something later on. And we'll see you guys Friday at noon. And of course, we're going to be right here next week. And maybe we'll tighten up our security around here. Since, they just kind of let anybody in this place.
Yeah.
So
maybe you can hire Arnaldo to protect
Leon.
Check us out Tuesday morning and see how we're going to tighten up our security in this place. But with that, we're going to see you guys later. You guys have an amazing Tuesday and the rest of your week.
Peace.
All right.
Thanks for watching. See ya!